Hey, how's everybody doing? Okay, Real Fit MC. I don't remember him doing this as much. He's been, at least I've noticed him on, but he's been a lot more active on Twitch lately. Jen Fox is looking good. Mira is looking incredible. I think this is a rerun because I swear to God I saw the same still image like a few days ago earlier in the week. But it looks like you can only see her from behind, but she's got like an all white bikini and it's got like a thong, so her butt cheeks are cut perfectly in half. It's looking really good. Impulse and Tango Tech. Those guys used to do a lot of streams together. They're not streaming together right now. Elena, who is looking good. Timmy Ducans. I usually can't watch him because I get laughing so hard. But oh my God, I love watching his clips on YouTube where he's basically taking people out by running over them. He doesn't use guns in Call of Duty. Fire Dancer is looking really good. Serene Wild, okay, she's back to being a redhead today. She's looking really good. Zuma is on. Now, let me take a look. Okay, Impulse is playing Hermitcraft. Tango Tech is not, and neither is Exuma. And then Sagittarian Official. She's not in there right now. All you can see is the bay or whatever, but she's got a 200 push-up challenge. And Lucy's looking pretty good today too. So let's go ahead and get in the stream. Ooh, I got 102 followers. Thank you, each and every one of you. It actually means a lot. It really does. Okay, now the first thing I want to say, I did not change the thing on Skinwalker Ranch, and I'm not going to cancel the stream to do it. What I'm going to be doing is I got some personal stuff I want to start off the beginning with, and I'm going to be talking about Beyond Skinwalker. So I apologize, and I forgot to change it. That's my fault. Okay, now the thing on here is I cranked the difficulty up one, so I might lose my character. If my character dies, I will end the stream. Sadly. And then I went and got groceries, and I'm not complaining. It felt good, but I don't know how much it has taken out of me. I forgot. I had already passed it. I was mostly home, and I just didn't feel like dicking with it. But if I am feeling up to it, I might run over, because I usually have a donut in the morning when I'm feeding the cats. And I finished my last one today. I fully intended to get some donuts in one way, shape, or form today. So I might go and get those later. If I do, I will get a lottery ticket. So again, I made a promise. If I actually win the lottery, I will, unless I forget, and I have just a spot. But if I do win the lottery, I promise I will not talk on stream. I probably won't do it on social media. I'll try to, but I meant it for the stream. I would quit talking about UFOs. And I don't think I'm going to win the lottery. But, I threw it out there, because like I said, that one day, it just kind of freaked me out. And I think it was on Beyond Skinwalker. And I don't know if it was last week's episode or this week's episode, but I think it was this week's episode, so we can start a little bit, just have a little homage to Beyond Skinwalker Ranch. But they set up, they set up a laptop and they set up some other stuff. And the minute they did, and when they got back to the ranch at the end of the show and they were talking to them guys, they go, look, we did it that night. They're usually there for a few days. We did it that night because the weather was supposed to be good. As soon as they set their thing up, the violent winds. See, this was on the ranch when they did the first time they were trying to do balloons. And they were just going to tether the balloon, hold it up in the air, and get their readings. Well, as soon as they did that, as soon as they put their sensors up in the air, the wind just went nuts. The wind just absolutely went nuts, and they ended up letting it go because they were afraid it was going to get ripped off the string. And then, if I remember right, and I might be remembering wrong, but if I remember right, they could not find that balloon. It and the sensors disappeared. And there was something on the ranch that happened. I think it was a rocket, but they launched a rocket. Now maybe they'll find it in daylight because it was pretty dark out. But nobody could see it. They didn't see a chute open. They couldn't see it with night scope stuff, and it was gone. Now again, once light comes up, maybe they'll find it. That I don't know. But yeah, these guys here. Well, that happened like the one Saturday. I don't usually stream on Saturdays, but the one I think I'd had some bad days during the week that week. Oh, and I keep forgetting to upload my stuff onto YouTube. I'm a little behind. But yeah, I wanted to stream the one Saturday, and it was I was doing Diablo, and everything was good. Everything was absolutely good, and then as soon as I came on, I think I don't know if it was Diablo or if it was on Minecraft, but as soon as I started talking about Beyond Skywalker, where they were talking about underground bases at Bradbury Ranch or something like that, the rain that we had, which had been gentle, suddenly got violent. I mean, and I'm not. I wish I was. I'm not making this up. And then I announced, because it was so bad, I'm like, well, I'm gonna end this stream. And as soon as I ended the stream, almost like a minute later, the thunder stopped, the violent weather stopped, and it went back to a nice gentle rain. And I'm like, what the hell? I mean, and then after a while, where the weather was still good,
our enemies are legion. They will not take us.
I started another stream, and I just said, hey, look, I just want to throw out there for anybody in the government or anything, any entity out there, if you really don't want me talking about this stuff, just let me win one of those big lotteries they got, and I will quit talking about it for the rest of the year. And then next year, you can help me win another lottery, and then, depending on what it is, I might be able to, like, if I win that big lottery tonight, yes, I'm going to have money, I'm going to be taken care of, but I might start a little charity event and try and help people, or I would definitely, from time to time, give a little money to, like, food shelters or food pantries and stuff like that, because, I'm going to throw this out here before I go talking, and I got to be honest with you, I'm skeptical as fuck. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to talk about it just because it seems like it might be real, but I don't know. I signed up for all this stuff, and I will admit that it was desperation. I will admit that it was foolhardy. I will admit that there was no rational reason, and I will admit so far almost every bit of it has been shit. But I signed up, and I just want to say, the fucking horrible people out there that are doing this shit, I hope you die a horrible and fucking brutal death. I sincerely do. But I would sign up the last couple months. I got into a funk over my foot and some other stuff, and I would see these things where they're like, oh, you can, I can't work. So these things were, oh, you can make some money giving your advice, and all of that was a fucking scam. Even some of them, you'll get a thing where they want you, hey, we got a thing where you can do 45 minutes of a survey and you'll get 50 cents, and I'm thinking, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That won't even pay for the electricity my phone or my tablet or my computer's gonna use. Give me a fucking, are you guys high? And it ain't even a matter of it being worth my time. Hey, if you want me, seriously, I don't know that there's anything they could do about it, because most of the shit's probably being done overseas, but I'm sorry, shit like that should be under minimum wage. It, sh- it should actually be covered by minimum wage laws, and those need to be up around $10 an hour, $15 an hour. But I'm sorry, if you're going to be spending a half an hour on it, you should be making like $70, or they shouldn't be allowed to do that, you know. And and then, you know, there's these, oh, you can be a product tester, or, you know, and whatnot. And you do it, and you go sign up for it. And then what it is, it's, you fill it out. You don't seem to get anything. You don't seem to, you know, just, you fill out a whole bunch of questions. And the thing that gets me is they would ask you, well, did you ever serve, or were you ever on Camp Lejeune's military base? And I'd always put no, because I don't. I'm pretty sure that I was never there, and it's not anywhere near my state. And I never went and visited anybody, family or friend. I never went and visited anybody on the base. Now, like, if they asked me if I'd ever partied at certain universities in the state of Wisconsin or other places, you know, hey, we got a class action lawsuit, you know, you might be able to, I'm fucking making this up, but you know, you might be able to win a lottery if you ever butt checked a 6-pack of beer. You know, it's like, hey, sign me up, you know. But you know, not nothing like that. And but they'll contact you. It's like, oh, your Camp Lejeune settlement. It's like, yeah, look, you fucking, you know, you guys, you know, welcome to America, now speak English. I put repeatedly that, no, I didn't go to Camp Lejeune, so I can't be part of the lawsuit. And there was one of them that, I swear to God, they contacted me, and they go, oh, we can get you so much money. And then they go, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get a call, and they're going to ask you if you have insurance. Say no. And I go, but I do have insurance. Well, yeah, but it's a qualifying answer. You have to say no. And I'm like, oh, mother. And I told him, I go, look, I'm not going to, and as much as I need it, I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie to get money. He goes, oh, it's not a lie. And I told him, I go, look, I don't know what it's like in your country, but in my country, if you say something that isn't true and you know it isn't true, I go, that's a fucking lie. And I go, I'm not doing it. Oh, okay. Well, then what they're going to do is they're going to ask you how much money you make a year, and you just have to tell them $19,000. I go, I can't work. I'm not making any money. Well, yeah, but it's a qualifying answer. I go, Jesus Christ. I go, as much as I need this money, I go, I'm not going to get nailed for fraud. I go, I'm not going to set myself up where I could be sued for fraud. If I can't get the money, then I can't get the money. I get that. But the shit that's out there. And well, I got contacted yesterday, and here's the thing. I've been getting a lot of these 800 numbers. I can't get to my phone in time, and I can't get my voicemail to work. I finally just went and deleted everything, but I can't get my voicemail to work. Still can't. And here's the thing. Hang on, I have to go to the bathroom. Just give me a second. uh, so anyways, I got a text message on my phone yesterday, and I haven't looked that guy up, but it was so and so, somebody a little higher up on one of the things I signed up for. So far, it's the only, and I'm not even saying it is, but it's the only one that has even seemed a little credible. And I don't even know if it is, but it at least seems a little credible. And he told me to contact a certain person at a phone number, or it wasn't. They didn't say the grand prize, but it was for the jackpot prize. And I'm like, okay. And so I texted them, and it wasn't an immediate thing. I didn't get hit with and I don't know what time zone they're in or not. I didn't look up to see what. I don't know if it was an 800 number or an area code, and I didn't look up to see what state it's in. But they but it was like, hey, get a hold of this person and let them know. And so I contacted them, and I waited, and it was a bit. It wasn't an autoresponder. Somebody didn't get back. So that tells me that basically kind of passes the smell test, because usually those scams, they're like right on you. I mean, you give them you basically give them a nibble, and within a couple minutes they're trying to hump your leg. And this was not what was going on. And I looked up the name, and I'm not going to give you any details because I just don't want to jinx it. And I like, if it comes out good, if something really good happens, I will be definitely letting the stream know for anybody that stops in. But it was a bit, and I don't think. I mean, it was a few. I'd have to look at the timestamp, but I want to say it seems to me it was a few hours, because I got it. I think it was either at the beginning of the Diablo stream yesterday, or it was at the beginning of the Minecraft, because I was by my phone. I checked it. And then I checked it when I got into bed after dinner time, after I'd fed the cats. And it wasn't even right when I got into bed. It was after I'd been there for a little bit when I actually got a response. And they made some small talk, and again, they were not trying to sell me right away. They were just making, well, yeah, gotta go through some things, and then they actually asked me for confirmation. They didn't jump right on, well, you're definitely a winner, and we gotta get started, and then they asked me for confirmation, and I told them, I was contacted. I was contacted by, and I went and copied the message I had gotten. I was contacted by somebody, and I was asked to shoot you a text at this number, and something about getting my prize. And I go, this is the message I received. And so it gave her the name, and it gave her the number that I contacted her at. Well, then again, there was a little bit of a pause, and by this time it was, and I'm not mad. I don't want to come off like I'm ungrateful or anything, and but a little bit later, she's like, "Oh, okay, good." She goes, she apologizes. I apologize at how late it is getting you your prize, and I am really sorry about that. And when I had done some digging on this, the grand prize winner got their prize the end of June. And here we are at the end of July. So things are lining up. And I told her, I go, hey, look, I don't know if this is real or not, but I said, if this is real, because it sounded, and again, what I was told is I would be getting a new car and some money. Not the grand prize, but I gotta tell you, it may or may not be a final solution to my health problems and my living condition, but it's definitely going to buy a couple years, maybe more. And maybe it'll work out into something better. I don't know, but it's definitely, if it's true, and let's just say half of it gets eaten up in taxes, that's the problem. You look at that number they give you, well, half of it's going to be gone, but even half of it, and having a new car that doesn't have any problems, might not be bad. Might not be bad at all. And it would definitely buy a few years. And that's what I told her. She was asking questions about like, well, hey, could you, and the whole time she's like, well, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have you follow the steps I give you. We'll get you to, where you can clean your prize and all that. And because my understanding, I didn't know when I said, look, I don't know if you guys still come to the house or not. And she goes, yes, we still come to the house. And she sent me pictures of them showing up in their little van with the balloons and stuff. But she wanted to know, like, if you do, like, what are you gonna do with your prize and all this other stuff. And I told her, I go, well, I'm gonna give you my history. And I told her about, me getting sick, me being unable to work, me losing my job. And then, I went through that. I'm not. Most of you have heard it, and if not, there's stuff out there. I don't want to whine about it every fucking time I come on here. So it does make me sad. And then I told her, I go, and then my mom took me in and was taking care of me. And then I told her what's going on here, where my sister looks like she's just trying to pocket everything she can. And I said, I told her what was, even the new stuff that's going on. So I go, there's the cliff notes. I go, there's more to this story. But I go, there's the cliff notes. And I go, I just got to tell you that if this is true, I go, if what you're telling me is true, I go, you have either saved my life or you've extended it for a few years. And I go, I'll take what I can get. Because I go, I told her, I go, I've been writing my legislature, my people in the legislature, people mine and others, and letting them know that they need to legalize assisted suicide, because I go, I'm really looking at, I go, really all I care about is keeping my mom's cats alive. Like, I had purpose when I was helping her out. And I go, she left us her cats, and I go, I would really like to be able to survive long enough and keep them alive long enough that they could be buried here like some of the other pets. That's my goal. And but I go, with that money, I go, because I let her know that, I'm not sure my sister is going to pay the taxes on this place. She can't, I go, according to the trust, she can't sell it unless we abandon it. And I go, we're not abandoning it. And I go, it states that even if this place becomes unsafe for us, they can't sell it unless they provide us another place to live. So I go, as I'm reading the trust, we should be able to stay here. And then I told her, the stuff where she doesn't appear to be abiding by the trust. And I go, and here's the thing, I go, I think she's letting the insurance run out on it, and I go, there's money. She should be keeping the insurance up to date on this as trustee. I go, back in December, I go, when we got a letter from my mom's lawyer stating that the money was equal shares ours at the bank, and I called the bank, and they, Old National, said, we don't have your money, you'll have to talk to your sister. And I go, she's been refusing to give us money from there. She said, oh, there's no money. And then I'm like, well, and I'm thinking, well, where's the money at the bank then that we're supposed to get? And I go, I think she was trying to get her hands on the annuities that were supposed to be for us. So I go, I talked to my brother, and I told him, I go, well, the way I look at it, she's either going to steal it out from under us or sell it. And I go, if somebody sues and gets the money in the trust and the house, it
It
really means nothing to us because she's not gonna fucking. She doesn't want to let us have the house. She doesn't want to pay to take care of the house out of the trust like she's supposed to. She doesn't want to give us money out of the trust like she's supposed to. And I told her, I go, according to the trust, she's got no like discretion. That's the way it's worded. The trust states what we can ask for money for. And I go, it states that the trustee has no discretion. They just have to hand it over. And I go, she's been refusing since December to give me any money from the trust. I asked for money for groceries and other stuff. And I go, if she wants to keep fucking around, I go, with this money, I can probably pay the taxes if I have to. I can probably keep the insurance up on it. And I go, I don't know how long the money's going to last, but I go, it's better than looking like I'm going to run out of money in a year or two. I go, with the money I'm getting, again, it might not be a final solution, but it at least, at least is going to buy me some time. I go, that's time that something else could happen. I go, maybe I'll get on disability. Maybe I'll get, and I said, because I go, I just need to basically keep things going as best I can until I actually get on full, until I get old enough for Social Security and I can get the money out of my 401ks. That's, and again, I don't know. I think it's either 59 or it's in the 60s before you can get into that. Well, you're talking like at least 6 years, maybe more. And so I don't know. And she's like, hey, this is for real. And then she goes, when do you want to arrange to get your prize? And I told her, I go, well, if it's allowed, I go, I would rather wait until after my next doctor's appointment. Because I go, right now, I have no idea, and I just don't know. I have no idea what any of this is going to do. And I go, I don't want to get this life raft and then basically, have a whole bunch of it chewed up because, in doctor bills. So I just want to keep the status quo. Because I don't know. Like my brother, when we were getting those annuities, he asked the social worker, like, hey, is it, because I really didn't know, but he was like, he asked social worker, well, is this going to fuck up my my insurance and everything else? And she looked into it. She said, I don't think so, but she goes, this is what he told me. She goes, I don't think so, but let me look, because she goes, these laws change all the time. And she let him know, no, that's going to be good. You'll be okay. And so that's what I don't know. I just want to be a little overcautious on it. And so she texted me back, no pressure, and she's like, yeah, just text me back when you visit the doctor. I told her it'd be like a week or two. And then I texted all the Democrats in the House and Senate on Threads. I don't know if it actually hits all of them, but I hit that one. Hang on. Oh. Sneeze come, sneeze go. And I tagged in Biden and POTUS. It's like somebody needs to tell that boomer to get on the Threads app. He's not on there. And but I tagged them in and copied in POTUS and Biden and hashtag. And I said, hey, look, I just got maybe some good news. And I go, I really don't know. I go, I'm willing to admit it's more than likely a scam. I don't know. And I told the guy, I just don't know. I go, it sounds real, but I don't know. And I said, I've been waiting to get on federal assistance. And I go, I'm on some state assistance, but I go, the federal stuff is just ridiculous to get on. And I go, I got desperate. I go, I ain't gonna lie. I go, I think that would be a fair description of what I did. I go, I did some stuff that maybe wasn't smart. I got desperate. But I go, there's all this stuff where they're like, oh, well, you can answer some survey questions and get paid. I go, there was ones where they go, oh, you can get free samples from the grocery store. And I go, I go, I think all of them were scams. All they did was create more BS for my email, my text messages, and my phone. I go, it's all. I go, if I had a nickel for every one of them, and I mean this sincerely, if I had a nickel for every one of them that was a scam, I go, I could probably live on the nickels I'd be getting. And I go, and at the very least, it would be a shitload of nickels. And I go, but I got one that contacted me that I go, maybe it's real. I go, I will know more in a week or two. Maybe. Might get a little bit longer, but I will know more in a couple weeks if it's legitimate or not. And I go, if it's legitimate, I go, I don't know if it's going to be a final solution for my health problem. But I go, it'll at least be something to extend what I'm going through now. I go, it might not be enough. All it might be doing is putting it off for a couple of years. But I go, it would be something. And I go, I've been kind of reaching out to people in the legislature at the state level. And I go, you guys really need to make assisted suicide legal. You do. And I go, maybe this will help you on a different issue. And I go, I don't really care as long as something gets done. You know, I'd like help for me. Get that assisted suicide legalized. You are mine now. But I go, for all you good people out there, when you debate this, when you argue with the right to life crowd, I go, you can point out that if they can stand around and watch children get murdered in school because they don't want to do something about gun laws, you know, I go, then they can get the hell out of the way while you get something done to humanely help people that are sick. Seriously. And again, maybe it will spark the debate and they'll finally get something done on gun laws. And I don't care. I got to be honest with you. Whether they get some help from me and others like me, or if they get some legitimate help done for the kids that are getting murdered in our schools and other people that are getting murdered around from these mass shootings, I could live with that. I could be happy with it. Either way, get something done. Help the kids or help the people that are like me. And I don't know if it's going to do any good, but that was my argument this morning. And holy shit. Bear or frost, he's gonna bear my foot up his ass. That's what he's gonna do. So yeah, I'll let you know what happens, but that's where I'm at right now. Is
not enough spirit.
I don't want to get my hopes up, and you know, with everything that's been going on, you know, from the shit that happened at work and whatnot, I know I'm gonna lose my shit. If this turn, I handle bad news. I handle bad news better than good news anymore because I'm so fucking used to it. It's.
This fight is over.
But that's the thing where I think it might be, because like I said, there was a repeating number, and they never called when I could get to the phone. Because if I hear it ring and if I'm not sitting right next to it, I don't even bother. Because even when I get to where I can walk, if I'm not, and the thing is with my health, I usually don't carry it around with me. I just usually leave it where it's on the charger or next to where the charger is, because I can set it down and forget it. I can drop it. It could get hurt. I could fall on it. It could get hurt. So I generally just leave it. While it was a little easier when my foot was, but I actually get up and get out of bed. Where when my foot first got injured, ankle first got injured, I was in bed most of the day. I would get up to eat, and I would just lay in there and watch it. I'd have it elevated, and I'd get around a little bit. I'd clean as much as I could, and but now I get up and I spend, basically I come in here and watch TV. I got my feet up. I get around. I'm cleaning a little more often. It's still not a lot, but for like what I was doing when my foot was first broken, I like a couple times a week I sweep up a room. I'm cleaning the litter boxes when I need to, and it is what it is. But they wanted to know, like, well, what are you going to do if with your prize when you get it? And I told him, I go, look, I don't know what to tell you, but going on a vacation's not really an option for me, because being active, I can pass out. I was basically going from the kitchen to the porch a few months ago, and I got lightheaded, and I'm not sure if I was starting to pass out or close to passing out, or if I did pass out, but I fell and broke my ankle. I shattered it. And I've fallen on the stairs. I never got seriously hurt. My back hurt for a while when I fell the one time. But for the most part, and this is the weird thing, I didn't fall down a flight of stairs. I didn't have all this other bullshit happen. I was just basically, it's like one step. It's like a foot drop. I went from the kitchen to the porch, and my ankle fucking shattered. And according to the doctor, it was bad. I mean, he had to, Mario had to plumb the shit. The way I'm paraphrasing, but the way he was explaining it, Mario had to plumb the shit out of my ankle to get it fixed. Because I thought somebody said that I had like 3 fractures. He goes, well, technically 3 fractures, but he goes, your one bone was just shattered into like 1,000 pieces. He goes, technically it's considered one break, but he goes, and he was basically telling us, I had to put a lot of equipment in there to hold everything together. I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, Mario had to plumb the shit out of my ankle to get it back together.
I need spirit.
Oh my God, there were some nice. I went to Aldi's today. There were some nice people there. I ain't gonna lie. I've met a lot of really nice people since I broke my leg, and that means a lot. It really, it does. And it really does. Well, today there was this guy, and I'm not entirely sure what nationality he was, but he could have been Pakistani, because he was very quiet, and I couldn't really get and not that I would have necessarily known, because I don't hear him a lot, but he could have been Pakistani, he could have been Indian, certain Muslim areas, he might have been. But he spoke pretty good English. He really did. But I couldn't make. He either didn't have an accent or I couldn't make it up because he was real quiet. But I parked next to him, and see, the last time I went into Aldi's, I just took my walker and I took in this fold-up reusable container, and I just put my food in there. Well, I parked right next to him, and it's as close to the building as you can get. And I asked him, I go, hey, if I give you a quarter, can I have your cart when you're done? And I told him, I go, look, I started out, I go, look, I want to be clear, I'm not trying to hurry you up. I go, I am patient to wait, but I go, when you're done, can I just take your cart? Because I go, I can use it instead of my walker. And he was really nice. He goes, I'll be done in a minute, sir. I'll be done. And I told him, I go, hey, you're helping me out. I go, I am happy to wait. I go, don't you hurry on my account. Well, I don't know, and I don't care. But he's either got a big family, you know, and it could be one of those generational families too. But he's either got a big family, or he's got or there's like a nest of not quite so legal immigrants that are around him, because my God, his cart had a shitload of eggs. It had a shitload of gallons of milk, not like one or two. It was like a shitload of gallons of milk, a ton of fucking bread, and I'm just like, and he's packing. He had his trunk full of bread and the milk. Actually, the milk I think he had to put up in the front of the car. Like the trunk got full. The trunk absolutely got full, and I'm just like, holy shit, you know. And but he was really polite. And then when I went to give him the quarter, because with all these you got to to get a cart you got to put a quarter in, and then you get the quarter back. It's their way of getting people to return their carts. And if you want, you know, you either got to return your carts or you're paying somebody else a quarter to put your cart away. And so he wouldn't even take the quarter. And I told him, I go, man, I go, you are really, really kind, because I go, you're helping me out and you're giving me. No, he was real polite, very, very nice person. Wish him the best of luck. And then and there were some nice people in the store. It was a really nice trip out. It really was. And you know, the thing is, I don't think we're all that bad in Wisconsin, but you just wonder, especially when you get these people that are from like another country, especially those countries where, you know, some people are assholes to them, and you just wonder, well, are they really that nice, or are they just treating you that nice because you treat them so much better than the fucking normal American assholes they run into? And you just, I don't really know, but I did appreciate it. Well, anyways, okay, let's get back to Beyond Skinwalker. The episode this week,
I must wait to use that ability. I don't have enough spirit.
They went to like Navajo territory, and for those of you who don't know, the whole myth, legend, whatever you want to call it, of the Skinwalker comes from Navajo legend on the ranch. The Ute Indians allegedly, and I don't know if they've ever even really denied it, so maybe it's official, but at least let's put it this way, the Navajo felt that the Utes betrayed them and helped sell them out to the Americans. And I can't remember the whole story, but there was something where they were, the Navajos became like, almost like indentured, I don't know if you want to use the term slave or indentured servant, but they basically were subordinate to the Utes because the Utes sold them out to America, to the military, and they created the Skinwalker curse that's still in that area to this day.
I need to go back.
And so what happened was, they decided to go to Navajo area, and there was someone there that he's a former Navajo ranger. His first name is John, and I can't remember what, but I've seen him on other shows on the History Channel, Ancient Aliens and others, and I've even seen him on other channels. Like it was something my brother, it was either something my brother was watching or something I watched, but it's a channel my brother watches, and I don't know if it's the Travel Channel. I might have been watching it. Might have been on Roku or something like that. But it's one of the channels that I think my brother sometimes watches. Well, this guy was diving into the Skinwalker, and John was one of them, and he said, well, what's going to happen is...
You have finished.
He goes, when we get done here, he goes, I'm going to cleanse you with sage, or I think it was sage. He was going to burn sage and cleanse him with it. And he told the guy flat out, he goes, even talking about this can put you in danger. So I'm gonna cleanse you completely when we get done. And he cleansed himself too, because he just said, this is what we do, because it puts us in danger to even talk about it, is the theory. And well, they went there, and there was a woman, and you'd have to go and watch it. I can't give you the full story, but she was basically having what she felt was Skinwalker episodes. And they came in, and some of it they were unable to do. Like some of the stuff they set up, like the laptop and some of their sensor code, they were not able to get any of that recorded. They just weren't. And what happened was they did get some stuff done. And they did see, like, this one, I think it was her childhood home or her parents' home or something. What they found was windows were open, no heat was on, it was kind of an abandoned, and it was cold. Well, they noticed that it was warm coming out of the house, even with there was warm air coming out, and there was also warm air around the stairs, like completely outside. And they're like, well, look, that window's been open for hours, but they noticed it seemed it was unusually warm there. And well, what happened was, afterwards at the end of the show, that and there was another guy that either was a current ranger or he was another former Navajo ranger. He was helping him too. He was younger than John was. But they got what readings they could and all this other stuff. And what happened was, he reported back to him and he said, with the data you were able to get, because he goes, you guys actually found that there was something there. And she has said that the incidents have more or less stopped. She wasn't getting preyed upon, stalked, or whatever, that they had more or less stopped. And apparently the tribal elders had granted her like a place to live or something else. They were trying to, and it sounded like because they found evidence of stuff, maybe whoever was responsible quit, and the tribal elders wanted it to go away. So I don't know what it was. I don't know if she got the place she was supposed to be at or another place, but it sounds like things were, they tried to make things right for her. And I think that's really good. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I don't know if I'm going to go get donuts or anything. But if I get donuts, because I don't know if I feel like driving out. It won't be that much, but I might go. And then when I get back, if I feel like it, I will do the Minecraft stream and get that done. I might just call it a day, and maybe I'll do Minecraft this weekend. If not, I'll see you back on Monday if I'm up to it. If I do get lottery tickets, wish me luck. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers and everything for winning that lottery. And have a good weekend, everybody. Seriously, have a good weekend.